Hello there. How are you, my dear students? Welcome to our class in Conflict of Laws. I am attorney Janselovan P. Tomanda, and I am your professor in this subject. Now, I would presume that many of you already know me since I have already handled subjects during your first year. Now, at this time of your student life or as a law student, wherein you were already enrolled in various uh, subjects in law school, and hence I would also like to presume that you already know many laws, like laws on marriages during your persons and family relations, laws on contracts during our discussion in obligations and contracts, as well as criminal laws during your criminal law 1. However, these laws which you have learned during your first year only applies here in the Philippines because of the rule of territoriality. Now, what happens if you would go abroad or you would go in a different place or in a different country? Many of you would perhaps like to travel. If not because of this pandemic, then maybe some of us are already vacationing somewhere else, like in China or in Japan or in the US. Now, what happens if during our stay in a different country we violate a law or we commit a crime or we become a victim of a crime, God forbids, or we enter into a contract wherein one of the contracting parties is a foreigner? Or what if the property that we have bought is located in the Philippines, but the contract was signed outside of the Philippines? So, what are the implications? Now, these things that I have mentioned are what we call as the foreign element. So, the question would be, what law will govern if there is a foreign element? A very good example of the application of a conflict of law is that when a foreign national has properties here in the Philippines but dies in a different country. So the question would be, how will his estates here in the Philippines, or how will his properties in the Philippines be distributed? Would it follow the Philippine law or would it follow the law of his domicile? I believe our discussion in conflict of law is very relevant and very timely because in our time and age we're in, there is we can just go easily to a different country uh, by through a jet plane. Travel to another country is not very easy due to modern inventions, just like an airplane. Before, it used to take weeks or even months using the galleons or the sailboats, but now it only takes a number of hours. That's why it is inevitable, I would say, that from time to time, the application of conflict of laws. Now, I would not say that this subject is easy because this subject requires critical thinking and involves a complex situation wherein foreign elements will be involved. In our discussion of the different topics in conflict of laws, we will need the aid of the textbook, which is Conflict of Laws. Here, you can see it. This is authored by George R. Coquilla and Elizabeth Pangalangan. We will have live lectures wherein I would give you invitations for our Zoom meetings. So stay tuned and stay updated when I will be sending these invitations. And if should you have any questions on the matter, please feel free to reach out and ask your questions. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.